Welcome back to our lecture series. This is Muthuminal R, Assistant Professor at the Department of Agricultural Engineering from SNS College of Technology. Today we'll see a topic on understanding the stress strain curve and Hooke's law, which comes under the unit strength of materials that could be made simple, that is theory of simple bending for the students of fourth semester under the subject strength of materials for agricultural engineering. Before going into the session, let us have a small recap. Okay, what and all we have seen at the previous lecture series. We have seen what is stress, what is going to happen if a load is applied over a material, and what would be the simplified and relatable behavior under that such load. Okay, so in order to say so, for a key to understand material behavior, we have to identify what are their engineering significance, and also we have to know what is stress. We know that from the previous class itself, what is stress, that is force per unit area applied to a material. So that means that you can imagine that you are slowly pulling a piece of metal. Okay, the metal should be similar to that of your rubber band, that is very thin steel wire. Okay, now think that you are increasing the load gradually and you are measuring how much it stretches. So that means the relationship between the stress applied, stress is nothing but the force that you are going to apply, and the strain produced will give us the stress strain curve. Fine. So this curve will tell us everything about how a material will behave, and also from its first tiny stretch, that's when I stretch, the material will also get elongated, and also towards a dramatic getting snapped off, that is when the load is overwhelmed. What will happen? The rubber band will get snapped up, right? So similarly the steel material will get snapped up. So this is the relationship between stress and strain under the application of load. Okay, so here I have shown you a stress strain curve development. That is, whenever there is a stress under strain, there will be four conditions. Initially we have to apply the load. That load will gradually increase the load on the metal wire, and after which what will happen, I have said at the previous slide itself, that you have to measure the stretch that happens upon, you have to record the amount of stretch in the wire, and after which what you have to do in the sense, you have to create a graph showing that the stress and the strain how it behaves and plot them as a stress strain curve. And now we can analyze the material behavior with the help of stretch to snap range with the plotting graph. Okay, so this is how we can develop the stress strain curve. Here in this slide I have shown you what is proportional limit and elastic region. Now at the very beginning of the curve we enter the elastic region. Here stress and strain are directly proportional, that is double the stress and the strain doubles too. Okay, so this is where the Hooke's law actually lives off, because I have said at the initial thing itself, wherever there is a change in material behavior, there the Hooke's law plays a major role. Okay, so but once we hit the proportional limit, the material starts to get a bit rebellious and it doesn't stretch in sync with stress anymore. So the linear parties will get over. So this limit is said to be as proportional limit, where the behavior or the stretch thing gets abrupted. Okay, so the next limit that we are gonna see is yield point and plastic deformation. So keep loading the material and you will reach the yield point, where the material says that's it, I give up, I'll stretch, but I'm not gonna bounce back. So that means that when I'm going to give you a overload at a elastic rubber band, what happens at a limit, that rubber band will get bounced back, but when the limit has been reached, what happens, that will not get back to its original condition, but it will maintain the same elongated position. So from this point onwards, that meant that you have entered the plastic region, that is permanent deformation sets in. Okay, and here's a real world example that I like to quote you. That is what I have been saying right now. Rubber band, stretch it and it comes back, that's elastic behavior. Now take a paper clip, bend it just enough and it stays bent. Okay, so that's plastic deformation. Fine. So the next part that you have to know is ultimate stress and fracture. As we continue, what happens in the sense the material reaches its ultimate tensile strength, the peak of the curve. So if that's the region, what happens here in the sense, the higher the stress it can bear, after that it starts to narrow down until the fracture occurs. That means that the rubber band will get snapped off. Okay, so in this curve we have gone from obedient stretching to rebellion and to the end of your breakdown. So this is how your material behaves, and this is how we can analyze the behavior of that material through a stress strain curve. Okay, so about the Hooke's law to steel. Hooke's law is nothing but which could be used or backtrack to the safe predictable zone, that is the elastic region where the Hooke's law lives. Okay, so here what we can do in the sense, we can calculate the strain, we can result the interpretation, we can identify Young's modulus, and also we can identify the stress, after which we can identify a material specific constant that tells how stiff it is. Okay, we all do know that the Hooke's law is related to that of your stress and strain, that is stress equal to Young's modulus into that of your strain. So with this relation we can identify your behavioral component of your steel material or any material which has been applied under a load. Okay, so until now I have said you what is Hooke's law, what are the stress, what is strain, and what happens under the application of load, how the material behaves. I have given you an example like steel wire, rubber band, and then also for an example of plastic deformation I have also given you paper clip. Fine. So the behavior of every material depends upon the material characteristics. So if it is an elastic material, it will bounce back. If it is not an elastic material, it will not bounce back. It will reach its plastic deformation at the end itself. So that means that every material will have different kinds of behavioral characteristics. So what you have to do in the sense, initially the stress and strain for each material has to be analyzed and interpreted with the help of Hooke's law, and then we can interpret the results with the help of the identifying things like behavioral track. This is what I have prepared for today's class. At the next class, what we'll see in the sense, we'll see how this stress and strain curve will really act upon your material structures. Okay, see you at the next class. If you guys have any kinds of doubt, ping me anytime. Thank you.